Do you ever feel you're not good enough? That you're just an imposter waiting to be found out? The next knock at the door could be the last. Honey, it's the confidence police at the door. These are entirely normal feelings, which some studies have shown up to 70% of adults will feel at some point in their lives. And many successful people have said that they have felt this way. And to be honest, I'm far more concerned about the weirdos who never feel insecure about their ability. So imposter syndrome is common, but what is it? It can be defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persist despite evident success. But despite it being called an imposter syndrome, it's not a syndrome. Pauline Clance, one of the psychologists who originally identified imposter syndrome, said this: "If I could do it all over again, I would call it the imposter experience. Because it's not a syndrome, or a complex, or a mental illness. It's something that almost everyone experiences." I believe almost everyone experiences this because it's part of the natural cycle of how we learn. As we learn something new, our actual competence and our perception of our competence moves at different paces and in different directions. However, left unchecked, the negative emotions that this can generate, anxiety, self-doubt, and the fear of failure, can impact our career, our relationships, and in more severe cases, our mental health. That's why in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to move through this cycle quicker and how to mitigate some of the more significant negative emotions. Let's track this on a 2x2 matrix showing our actual competence versus our perceived competence. When we initially start out with a new role of responsibility, sometimes we can initially overestimate our competence. Having a little bit of knowledge in a particular area can cause us to overstate our competence in that area, because we don't yet know how much we don't yet know. But we are clear on the little bit of knowledge we do know. This is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect, which gives evidence to the old saying, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Hey, the first rule of Dunning-Kruger Club, you don't know you're in Dunning-Kruger Club. To move out of this zone, we need to be curious. We can leverage, hey, I'm new at this card, to go out and speak to people and learn from their experiences. We should also try to avoid forming opinions and keep an open mind. Once we've formed an opinion, it takes a lot of counter-information and mental effort to let go of it. If we keep an open mind, we will learn faster. The more we learn, the more we realise how little we know. We will quickly slide down the face of Mount Stupid of the Dunning-Kruger effect and reach the valley of despair. At this point, we are painfully aware of our lack of competence.
I'm not going to tell you that we have lower prices. Is price something that is important to you? Well, I can't do this.
This is the point when our chests tighten and we start to feel the anxiety and self-doubt that many people associate with the imposter experience. However, we're not there yet, as the imposter experience is when we have these feelings in spite of evident success. We don't have that evident success yet. So what can we do in this situation? Well, firstly, if we're starting to feel overwhelmed and our natural response is for freeze or flight rather than fight, then we can remember the process that's got us to this point. Whether it's an interview process, a colleague asking us to take on more responsibility, or a client giving us an opportunity, someone else has gone through a process which has validated our potential to do this. Trust that process. Secondly, if we're feeling afraid, we should try and harness that fear and use it as an incentive and a motivation to improve. But don't suffer alone. Get people on your team. It's the fastest way to improve and a much easier way to tackle this challenge. Finally, we should aim to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey of learning a new skill or increasing our knowledge in a particular domain. Feel grateful for this opportunity. It's very hard to feel grateful and anxious at the same time. As we build our competence, it's like that our actual competence will increase faster than our perception of it. This is when we reach the imposter experience. Even when we start to have clear evidence of our progress and success, we do not internalize it and we still feel like we're not good enough. When we started out, we had no idea of what we didn't know and a very clear idea of what we did know. Now the situation's reverse. As we've learned, our horizons have expanded and we're far clearer on how much we don't know. However, we no longer fully appreciate what we do know. Knowledge and skills that initially took our full focus, our full concentration, are now automatic. Because once we know something, once we truly understand how to do something, we find it hard to ever imagine not knowing it. Our knowledge has cursed us, and we incorrectly assume that everyone else knows as much as we do about a given topic. We heavily discount the value that we can bring. Another reason for these negative feelings is the issue of asymmetric information when comparing ourselves from others. We know ourselves from the inside, but we only know others from the outside. We can only see what they choose to show or tell us. We know our fears, our insecurities, our past mistakes. They're all inside our head. But we can only see the calm exterior of others that can allow us to overstate their competence and confidence in a particular topic. Linked to this is the spotlight effect. We often feel that everyone else in a meeting or on our team are judging us, and this makes us insecure. However, this is generally not the case, as other people will be thinking the same way about themselves, focusing on the task in hand, or thinking about something else entirely. So what can we do about this imposter experience? Well, we can't get rid of it entirely, but we can harness it. We can call it out. We can talk to others about how we're feeling. Irrational beliefs tend to fester if they're hidden and not talked about. Knowing other people have similar feelings helps us feel far more normal. We should continue to get feedback from other people. And it can be easy to dismiss positive feedback at times. But if you're getting it from multiple people and consistently over a period of time, place trust in that feedback. And we should celebrate our achievements and our successes. In a recent video, I said we should keep a greatest hits folder to help us communicate our successes and achievements to our managers. But we can also use it to communicate it to ourselves too. Take a minute to read through it and reflect. Reflect on your achievements, reflect on your successes, and be proud. Celebrate what you've done. And we should embrace our uniqueness. We shouldn't compare ourselves to others or try to fit in. Instead, we should appreciate our talents, our strengths, our contributions, what we can bring to the party. If we're going to compare ourselves, we should compare ourselves to ourselves, but over time. That way we can see the progress that we're making. If we do all these things, then our perception of competence should increase and catch up with reality. This is the ideal state of self-actualization. However, we don't often stay in this state for long. When we're performing well, we'll get promoted, a new challenge or a new opportunity will come along, and we'll start this whole cycle again. That's why I think successful and high achievers tend to associate with the imposter experience quite strongly, because they feel it more frequently, because they're going through this cycle of learning development more often. If you want to help secure that promotion, to help you start another cycle, check out this video here.